Overthinking, it's the silent thief of your peace, isn't it? One moment, you're replaying a harmless conversation, and the next, you're spiraling into a web of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. Overthinking doesn't solve problems, it creates them. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. But what if I told you there's a way to stop this mental chaos in its tracks? And no, it doesn't involve hours of meditation or expensive therapy. In just 2 minutes, you can shift your mindset and reclaim your calm. Overthinking is like running on a mental treadmill. You're exhausted, but you're not getting anywhere. It's that constant replay of embarrassing moments at work, or the endless what-ifs about a text message left on read. You might find yourself spiraling over why someone ghosted you on a dating app or replaying a conversation, wondering if you said the wrong thing. These mental loops don't just steal your peace, they drain your energy and trap you in a cycle of self-doubt. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Frustrating and futile. The real danger of overthinking lies in how it creates negative thought patterns. One small worry can snowball into a full-blown narrative about your inadequacy or failure. For instance, a simple mistake at work might lead to thoughts like, "What if I lose my job?" or "I'm not good enough." This mental clutter not only affects your emotional well-being, but also your ability to focus and make decisions. Think of it as cognitive overload. Your brain is too busy juggling worries to function effectively. So, how do you break free? Start by recognizing when you're stuck in an overthinking spiral. A practical tip is to write down your thoughts. Yes, all of them. Seeing them on paper often reveals how exaggerated or irrational they are. Another trick: visualize a stop sign when your mind starts racing. It's a symbolic action that interrupts the cycle and gives you a moment to pause. And here's the thing, overthinking thrives on resistance, so the more you fight it, the stronger it gets. But what if you could learn to let go and embrace impermanence? Life is a constant dance of change. Nothing stays the same forever. Yet, we cling to the good times, hoping they'll last, and resist the bad, wishing they'd disappear. The truth is, both joy and suffering are temporary, much like the changing seasons. As the Bhagavad Gita, verse 2.14 beautifully puts it, happiness and distress come and go like summer and winter. Endure them patiently. Imagine how freeing it would feel to stop, fighting the natural ebb and flow of life, and simply allow things to be as they are. A powerful example of this is the Zen story of the farmer and his son. When the farmer's horse runs away, the neighbors say, "What bad luck?" But the farmer calmly replies, "Good thing, bad thing, who knows?" Later, the horse returns with more wild horses, and the neighbors exclaim, "What good fortune?" Again, the farmer says, "Good thing, bad thing, who knows?" This story reminds us that events are neither inherently good nor bad. They're just moments, each with its own lesson. Accepting impermanence helps us see life with a broader perspective, rather than getting stuck in the highs or lows. But how do you embrace impermanence in a practical way? Start by observing your emotional reactions. When something upsetting happens, pause and remind yourself, this too shall pass. It's not just a cliche, it's a mindset shift. You can also practice mindfulness by focusing on the present moment, rather than clinging to the past or fearing the future. And when you truly accept that nothing is permanent, you'll find it easier to let go of emotional baggage. Emotions are like water. They need to flow. When you bottle them up, they stagnate, creating emotional clutter that weighs you down. One of the simplest ways to release these pent-up feelings is by writing them down. Grab a notebook and pour out your thoughts, no matter how messy or irrational they seem. Studies, like the one from Nagoya University in 2024, show that physically discarding written thoughts, like crumpling the paper and throwing it away, can significantly reduce their emotional intensity. It's a small symbolic action, but it can feel surprisingly liberating. Another powerful method is to engage in symbolic rituals. For example, burning old photographs or letters from a past relationship can help you close emotional chapters that no longer serve you. Ohio State University's 2012 research found that physically eliminating items tied to negative memories helps people move on more effectively. Think of it as decluttering your emotional closet, letting go of what no longer sparks joy, as Marie Kondo might say. These actions aren't just about the objects. They're about freeing your mind from the weight of unresolved emotions. If writing or burning doesn't resonate, Try a physical release. Go for a run, dance to your favorite song, or even scream into a pillow if you need to. The key is to create an outlet for the emotions trapped inside. And remember, letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about making space for new experiences and emotional healing. Once you clear this inner clutter, you might notice how your external environment mirrors your mental state. Your external environment is a reflection of your internal world. Ever notice how a cluttered desk can make your mind feel chaotic, or how a clean, organized room instantly brings a sense of calm? It's no coincidence. Studies show that clutter increases cognitive overload, making it harder to focus and process information. On top of that, it raises cortisol levels, the stress hormone, leaving you feeling overwhelmed. As the saying goes, clear your space to clear your mind. A tidy environment can be the first step toward emotional well-being. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire house in one day. Pick one drawer, one shelf, or one corner of your room. Set a timer for 15 minutes and turn it into a challenge. Ask yourself, does this item serve me, or is it just taking up space? Creating systems, like designated spots for keys, papers, or clothes, can help maintain order and reduce decision fatigue. These small, proactive solutions not only declutter your space, but also free up mental energy for more important things. The beauty of decluttering is that it's symbolic. As you let go of physical items, you're also letting go of emotional baggage tied to them. That old sweater from an ex, donated. The pile of unread books stressing you out. Keep only the ones that truly spark joy. When your surroundings are in harmony, your mind follows suit. And once your external space feels lighter, you'll be better equipped to handle life's inevitable challenges, like pain and suffering. But what if we could approach pain differently? Pain is a part of life, but suffering, that's a choice. The Buddhist teaching of the two arrows explains this beautifully. The first arrow is the unavoidable pain we all experience. Loss, heartbreak, disappointment. The second arrow, however, is self-inflicted. It's the mental story we create around the pain, asking, why me? Or, what did I do to deserve this? This second arrow is what turns pain into prolonged suffering. Shifting your mindset from resistance to acceptance can make all the difference. Think about it. Resisting pain only amplifies it. Imagine holding a heavy box for hours instead of setting it down. That's what resistance feels like. Acceptance, on the other hand, is like acknowledging the weight of the box and deciding to carry it with grace. Or better yet, putting it down when you can. Clinical studies, like one published in the Clinical Psychology Review in 2016, show that mindfulness and acceptance techniques can reduce emotional suffering by nearly 50%. It's not about liking the pain. It's about learning to coexist with it without letting it control you. So how can you practice this? The next time pain arises, pause and reframe your question. Instead of why is this happening to me, ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can this make me stronger? This shift in perspective is empowering. Pair it with mindfulness techniques, like focusing on your breath, to ground yourself in the present moment. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing peace over resistance. And when you stop fighting the pain, you'll have more energy to tackle those negative thoughts that creep in. Negative thoughts have a sneaky way of taking over, don't they? One moment you're fine, and the next, your mind is spiraling into worst-case scenarios. But here's the good news. You don't have to let those thoughts control you. The stop and shift method is a simple yet powerful tool to interrupt this cycle. Picture a big, bold stop sign in your mind. The moment negativity creeps in, say, stop, out loud if you need to. This small action disrupts automatic reactions and gives you the chance to take back control. Once you've stopped the spiral, it's time to shift. Ask yourself empowering questions like, what can I do right now to make this better? Or how can I turn this into an opportunity? For example, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling frustrated, shift your focus to something productive, like listening to a podcast or practicing gratitude for the extra time to think. This reframing isn't just about positivity, it's about adaptability. It's about training your mind to find proactive solutions instead of dwelling on problems. The beauty of this method is that it's immediate and practical. You don't need a fancy app or hours of meditation, just a willingness to pause and redirect your thoughts. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to respond differently to triggers. And when you master this, you'll notice how much mental space you free up. But what about those imaginary arguments we have in our heads? How many times have you had an argument in your head with someone only to avoid the actual conversation? It's exhausting, isn't it? You replay scenarios, imagine their responses, and even prepare comebacks, all while the real issue remains unresolved. This mental tug-of-war doesn't just drain your energy, it creates unnecessary stress. Often, the fear of confrontation keeps us stuck in this loop. But here's the truth. Avoiding the conversation only prolongs the discomfort. Facing it head-on is the only way to truly move forward. The key to tackling difficult conversations is preparation. Before you speak, organize your thoughts. Write down what you want to say and focus on the issue, not the person. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when this happens." This shift in tone fosters understanding rather than defensiveness. Remember, the goal isn't to win the conversation, but to resolve the issue with compassion and clarity. And yes, it's okay to feel nervous. That's a sign that the conversation matters. When you finally have the talk, you'll often find it's not as scary as you imagined. People are more receptive than we give them credit for, especially when approached with kindness. And even if the outcome isn't perfect, the relief of speaking your truth is worth it. Plus, you'll save yourself weeks of mental back and forth. Once you master this, you'll notice how much lighter you feel. But what about the things we keep putting off? Procrastination might feel like a temporary escape, but it's actually a trap. The longer you delay something, whether it's replying to a message, starting a new habit, or addressing a problem, the heavier it feels. That unanswered email, it lingers in the back of your mind, creating cognitive clutter. And let's be honest, the more you avoid it, the bigger it seems. But here's the thing, most tasks take far less time and energy than the stress of putting them off. Clarity of intention is the antidote to procrastination. Avoiding action often stems from fear. Fear of disappointing someone, fear of failure, or even fear of success. But silence, especially when it comes to communication, can hurt more than honesty ever will. As the saying goes, true kindness lies in clarity, not in avoidance. For example, if you're dreading a difficult response, try framing it with compassion. "I want to be honest with you because I value our connection." This approach not only resolves the issue, but also strengthens trust. The beauty of acting now is the freedom it brings. Once you handle that lingering task, you'll feel a weight lift off your shoulders. It's like clearing a mental to-do list, making space for creativity and peace. So, the next time you're tempted to postpone something, set a timer for 5 minutes and just start. You'll be amazed at how quickly momentum builds. And when you embrace this habit, you'll find yourself better prepared for life's uncertainties. Because preparation is everything. Life doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with tools. And the right strategies can make all the difference. First, embrace pain instead of resisting it. Remember the teaching of the 2 arrows. While the first arrow of pain is inevitable, the second arrow of suffering is optional. When challenges arise, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This mindset shift transforms pain into growth and gives you the clarity to move forward without carrying unnecessary emotional weight. Next, declutter both your mind and your space. Write down your negative thoughts and physically discard them. Crumple the paper, burn it, or toss it in the trash. This simple act can feel like emotional release. Extend this practice to your environment by organizing one small area at a time. Whether it's a messy drawer or a cluttered desk, clearing your space clears your mind. And don't forget to set a timer. It turns tidying into a fun challenge rather than a chore. Finally, take action instead of procrastinating. Whether it's responding to a message, starting a new habit, or having a difficult conversation, don't let fear hold you back. The longer you wait, the heavier the task feels. Instead, tackle it head-on with kindness and clarity. These small, proactive steps create momentum, making life's uncertainties easier to handle. So, what's stopping you from taking the first step toward a calmer, more focused mind? Imagine how different your life could be if you stopped overthinking, embraced impermanence, and tackled those lingering tasks head-on. What if you could finally let go of the emotional baggage that's been weighing you down? The truth is, change doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. Are you ready to choose clarity over chaos? Peace over procrastination? Growth over resistance? Here's your challenge. Pick one strategy from what you've learned today and apply it. Write down those nagging thoughts and toss them out. clear one small space in your home, or have that conversation you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, start now, because the only thing standing between you and a better life is action. And hey, if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join this journey toward emotional freedom. Let's keep growing together. One step, one shift, one breakthrough at a time.